Hey, what's happening? Get one, SirJames coming at you guys with another video. In today's video, I'm here to give you guys two quick little product reviews. These were a couple items that were sent to me through an Amazon company about a week and a half ago, and I got the chance to use these for a good solid week and a half, so I figured it's about time that I review these, let you know if it's worth it or not. So we have one item here for the Xbox One S, and the other one for the PlayStation 4 Pro, and both of these are similar in a way, except this one has a little bit more extra features, which I'll get into in just a moment. But this one here, this one is for Xbox Ones. That's how it's literally titled on the box. Multi-function stand, a cooling stand with 2 fans, plus 2 controller charging stations as well. However, keep in mind that for the Xbox One version, since the Xbox controllers don't have built-in batteries, you have to kind of buy a separate battery pack, which is not included in here, just so you are aware. But then again, you could find them for like less than 15 bucks or $10, depending on where you get them. And of course down here it says compatible with Xbox, and for whatever reason every time I see this little portion here I keep thinking of the original Xbox, because how it's labeled and the coloring, it just speaks original Xbox. So it's not for the original Xbox. This one here is specifically only for the Xbox One S model, so kind of keep that in mind. On the back goes over some little minor details, but anyways, let's go ahead and get straight to the product first. So we have a few pieces. We have, of course, the base. Put that there. And then, of course, we also have this portion here. Now, this one you actually have to kind of put together. It actually has 2 pieces. This piece here is actually separate, and I had a bit of difficulty putting it together. But after you get it in there, you just don't want to take it off again. So kind of keep that in mind. There's a little bit of assembly, but again, after you get it on, you are good to go. Now, let's go ahead and start with the basic, because you could kind of use this in 2 different ways. So let's go ahead and start with the first basic use, which of course you get your Xbox One S model. Go ahead and place it into the stand. Goes in one way. Turn it back here and go ahead and plug in the USB cable onto the USB slot back here, and you are good to go. So that is step number 1. Now, step number 2, after you assemble this together, the first way that you can go ahead and utilize this is basically take this, place it on your table like so, and now you have a slot to store your games. So if I get a few games here, we can go ahead and stack our Xbox games. Now, I recommend, if you don't have many physical games, to kind of do it like a zigzag pattern, because if you do it like a zigzag pattern, it's much easier to kind of read the games, and so therefore you don't have to look onto the side to kind of see what games are there. Or heck, if you want, you could even stack your PS4 games on here, or you could do like half Xbox One, half PS4. Whatever it is that you want to do, it's totally up to you. Now, if you stack them all together, again, if you utilize all the space on this, it's a bit difficult to kind of read what the games are, but then again, when they're kind of hanging onto the side, you're just going to have to kind of look at the end labels to kind of see what game it is, unless if you have it memorized. So what we're going to go ahead and do next is that we're going to go ahead and kind of change this up a little bit. So the reason why you have this extra piece here, besides stacking your games onto it, you could actually attach this onto here. So if you take this, put it over your Xbox One system like so. Now what you can do from here is to stack your games. So for example, we're going to go ahead and stack a few games here. We're going to go ahead and skip a couple slots here and there. I mean, that's basically what you're doing, is that you're stacking your games over here. So you have one row here and you have another row here. For those of you wondering, can you also stack your Xbox 360 games? Because maybe you want to split it down the middle. Maybe you want it to be half of your Xbox One games, and then you want the backwards compatible games from the 360 lineup. Well, and good news is, yes, you can. You could easily stack your Xbox 360 games on there. This one is Halo Reach, by the way. So that's basically what it's used for, and overall it works great. And like I said, you also have another portion here, which you're going to go ahead and take your Xbox One controller, one that has the rechargeable battery pack, and you basically stick it down into the slot here, And again, simple as that. Now, the way the fans work is that you also have extra USB slots on the front here. Once everything is powered on, you actually have a blue LED. When this button is popped out, the fans will be off, but if you do want to use the fans, you actually have to push in the button, then the fans will kick up. It's not one of those automatic things where if it senses it's getting hot, it automatically kicks in. You actually have to manually press the button, and if you want to use them, or turn it off if you don't want to use them, depending on your situation at the time. But overall, the product works as intended. I think this is pretty cool how you kind of have a little bit of a multi-function piece here that you can use or don't use. But overall, out of this particular product here, I give it pretty much a 4 out of 5 stars. The reason why I say that is because when you have the games stacked up over here, I feel like maybe as time goes on, this might become a little bit flimsy to where they won't hold up as well. So maybe just a slight redesign or tweak around should fix that. But again, that was product number 1, and a link is in the description down below if you want to check it out for yourself. All right, so next up we have the item for the PlayStation 4, which is, here we go, this one here. This one is a charging stand, which is a cooling stand with 2 fans, plus 2 controller charging stations. Again, similar to this one, except this one doesn't have the rack to stack your games onto. And this one right here, this one is specifically designed for the PS4 Pro. They also make it for the PS4 Slim or the standard PlayStation 4. So inside here, you actually get 2 items. No assembly is required. You actually have a baggie here, which actually has basically some thumb grips. Fortunately, I don't like these too much because they feel kind of slick. Maybe after they wear down a little bit, they should be more usable. But it's just kind of nice you get something a bit extra inside the box. And the way this works is pretty much similar to this one. You go ahead and you place the station down onto your surface. You go ahead and grab your system. Make sure the cable is in the front because this plugs into the front, not the rear. Though I think it would have been useful for the rear plug-in because, you know, you have that USB on the back of the PS4 Pro. Pop it into place. It does have a nice snug fit and it's not going to fall anytime soon as I shake this table. Plug in the corresponding USB. And you are good to go. Now, when you have this powered on, you actually have 2 LEDs here on the front, which will indicate what controller is being charged at the time. So in this case, you go ahead and take your controller. What's nice about the PlayStation controllers is that you don't have to worry about batteries or buying an extra product because it has a built-in rechargeable battery pack. You take this and you basically pop it into place. And again, an LED will correspond up here indicating that the controller is plugged in and is charging. And of course, the same thing works here. If you want to turn on the LEDs, you actually, or in this case, if you want to turn on the fans, you do have to push in the button to power on the fans. And again, if you don't want to use the fans, press the button again and the fans will be off. And again, it's one of those manual things that you have to do. But anyways, this product also works as intended. So anyways, there you guys have it. We have a couple of different charging stands here, one for the Xbox One S, and of course, one for the PlayStation 4 Pro. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. And for the PS4 version, I'd easily give it a 5 out of 5. There's really no issues here. It's simple, it works. And again, just no issues right there off the bat. But again, if you have any questions, let me know down below. And a link to the Amazon page for both of these will be down there as well. And I'll see you guys next time.